All right, here with middleweight debutant Phikelelani Terrence. How are you feeling ahead of your first fight?
Oh man, I feel good. I've been in the gym non-stop, been training since just the pandemic. I've been training non-stop. I've been coming to Joburg, going to Durban, and I thought I was going to be fighting at home, but then somehow that fight fell out. But now I'm fighting in East London, and I don't know this opponent, but apparently he's going for his first fight also. So it's a 50-50 fight, on paper, but we don't know.
Although your fight venue isn't Durban and you will be fighting in Eastern Cape, are you still excited to be getting your sort of the first fight out the way?
Oh, for sure. I am excited. My family's going to be there, so those are the people that I need. My mother, my dad, my sisters are going to be there, so it was going to be good if I was fighting at home because my friends were going to come over, but it's fine. It's okay. I'm ready. I'm in shape now, and I'm getting good sparring here. I'm sparring with guys like Rock, Mhlongo, all the top guys in this gym, so yeah, I'm ready.
The first time we spoke to each other actually was an interview with Fight with Insight, and I wanted to know basically how you got from that point to fighting for Busi Mtolo, and how did that all happen? How did that situation play out?
Well, hey, it's a bit funny because I thought I was going to be with Anton just for my first pro fight, but he had a lot of fighters in his stable, and he has champions and people that he doesn't have much time to focus on just me, just because, I just came and I don't have a fight and I don't have a good amateur background as well. So I just felt like I wasn't getting the attention that I needed, just to grow in boxing. So I spoke to Coach Vusi and he welcomed me with open hands, and he sharpened my game so much, man. I have no regrets being here.
Who in particular manufactured the move? Was it you? Was it someone else that put you in this position?
Well, I was the one who felt uncomfortable where I was, so I made contact with Coach Vusi, and he told me to come over just so he can see what I have, And he put me in sparring, and he was happy, so he said he was going to keep me, and he found me a place here at the side. He's been really good to me. He took me in. He's like a father to me, and he treats all his boxers the same way. It's not only me, so that's just a good thing.
Yeah, because he's a really good guy. He really goes out of his way for the boxers. He sweats with the boys in the gym. If you had to describe your style, I know that you're a southpaw, I know that you're a middleweight, but what's your actual style?
I'm a very aggressive boxer, but at the same time, I'm not reckless, I stay behind my jab. I'm just a pure boxer, I have good footwork. I think that comes from my background because I was a footballer, I was playing soccer, so I can move easily in the ring, but I'm just, I can do everything basically. I can counterpunch on the move, I can counterpunch, I can stand there with you if I have to and catch punches and shoot, I can just do everything.
Well, from what I picked up, you're quite a good boxer despite having a limited amateur background. I mean, where did you learn basically your fundamentals and how did you get to the level that you are without having an amateur background like many others have?
Well, it's just the time that I've been putting in, Ever since I started, the first time I ever put on gloves, I went to Coach Big T's gym in Durban, And the first time I was hitting the bag, he told me straight, he said, "You're going to be a champion, And I didn't see anything, and my dad didn't see anything as well, so I guess it's just watching videos and just being a copycat. I copy everything. If I see someone fighting now, I'm going to take something from that, and I'm going to use it and just put everything together. So that's how I've just grown, and I've been training non-stop. At this one time, I was training at Relentless Boxing Gym, and someone said to me, "You train like you're preparing for a world title." And I didn't even have a first amateur fight, bro. And I was training so hard, and I think they just didn't see or have the same vision as me. But I knew that I didn't have much time because I just got into boxing. So in order for me to catch up, I had to put in so much work, and here I am now.
Well, you mentioned earlier that you take a little bit from everyone. I mean, is this locally, internationally? Like, where do you take your inspiration from?
Well, mostly internationally, because I'm always on my phone. If I have free time, I'm just watching videos. But even here in the gym, we have a lot of talented fighters here, so if I'm not sparring and I'm just watching, I'm learning everything. I'm taking from everyone, basically.
And not to put you on the spot, but I mean, in your gym, who are the sort of guys that you think you could take a few things from?
The guys that I spar with, a lot, Rock, Mhlongo, Komanisi, Mruti, Azinga, Azinga's very good and he's a southpaw.
Yeah.
So yeah, just those guys.
And obviously, being amongst all this talent, I mean, you mentioned earlier that you were in a big stable. You've come to another big stable, but I mean, this stable has got world champions, it's got future world champions, contenders. Has your level upgraded since sparring with all these guys?
It has. I was just a 6-round fighter. You know, I would spar well for like 6 rounds and then get gassed out. But I came here and after 6 rounds, coach said, "You're going for another 6, you're going for another 5." So I had to train even harder, you know. So, and here it's like back in Durban, I'm not like talking bad about those boxers, but the level of competition is it's different here, you know. It's different. If you make one mistake, you get punished in the ring. So, and it's not like just sparring; it's like an actual fight. So, I have to take it seriously. Yeah.
Would you say that if you had decided not to come up to Johannesburg, let's say you stayed in Durban and whoever you trained with, I mean, you got a limited amount of sparring partners. Sometimes, as you mentioned, you don't pay for the mistakes that you make. Is that one of the things that you think you might have that maybe some of your opponents won't have?
I'm not too sure, hey.
I mean, in terms of like good sparring and preparation.
I definitely made a good choice by coming here because back home, the only guys that really helped me sharpen my game is Lee Dyer, because I was sparring with him, sparring with Sean from Olympus, George, Sna, just the guys that have like 10 years experience in boxing, until I was able to hold my own against them, you know. And I just saw that, you know what, I need to move now so that I can grow, because even in the amateurs, when I was doing hand pads for my first amateur fight, the guy didn't want to fight me. So it was like there's no competition here, so I need to go where I'm going to be challenged, you know. Yeah.
Why didn't you stay in amateurs a little bit longer?
The people that were around me actually pushed me into turning pro, because I was sparring with pros a lot, you know. And in my first amateur fight, it was like so easy for me. I didn't even work hard, you know. I dropped the guy like 4 times in 3 rounds, but he kept getting up, and I was sparring with guys like that have experience, and I was sometimes punishing them in the gym. So they told me, don't waste your time in the amateurs, just turn pro now, you know. And I think that's a good idea.
One of the guys that you most certainly look very similar to, you box very similar to, is Errol Spence, and he's sort of your hero as far as, I mean, we've chatted a few times already. Why Errol Spence?
He's just a dog. He's a dog, you know. But his fundamentals for me are the key, you know. He has a good jab. He just uses basics. He just sticks to the basics. He works behind his jab. He doesn't do anything flashy. He doesn't showboat in the ring. He just sticks to basics. If you look at his fights, Errol Spence would just punish you with the jab only, straight left hand to the body, 1-2, right hook, just the basics, and he wins, you know. So I just stuck to that also, and a lot of guys say that I fight like him, so that's a huge compliment, and just thank you for that, you know.
We're going to have a lot of debates in the future, because I'm a big Terrence Crawford fan, and I'm assuming you're going to pick Errol Spence for that fight. It's going to happen one day, but we'll debate about it when it comes to it. Let's go back to you real quick. What are people going to expect? Well, what can people expect from this first fight of yours?
Just fireworks, you know, just fireworks. You know, I'm hungry. I've been hungry. I've been waiting so long for this opportunity, and God just made it happen for me now. I don't know this opponent, but apparently he's going for his first fight, you know, so it's a 50-50 fight, you know. But I wouldn't go to Eastern Cape if I didn't believe in myself, so I'm winning for sure.
How are you winning? Do you want to make a prediction?
I'm not looking for the knockout, but you know, there's this thing about East London that they say you have to get a knockout. But if it comes, it comes. You know, I'm not looking, because if I go into the ring looking for a knockout, I might make mistakes. You know, so I'm just gonna do what I know.
Yeah, if the knockout comes, it comes at the end of the day. Usually, if you don't look for it, it comes as well. Lastly, do you want to send a thank you or shout out to anybody?
There's a lot of people that have played a big part in my career, but I want to thank my family first. You know, God. I want to thank God. I thank my father, my mother, my sisters. They believed in me. You know, when I made the transition from soccer to boxing, a lot of people didn't believe that I was gonna be successful, you know, or I was gonna manage, you know. But they were the ones who kept pushing me and telling me that I'm good, and you know, I want to thank just everyone that's been involved, you know, because, you know, I think my journey is different because God is just placing people everywhere just to help me, you know. I want to thank Big T, thank Coach Sean from Relentless, just Coach Sean from Dempsey's in Durban, Coach Vusi, Coach Anton, just everyone that's been involved. I don't want to leave any names out, but I just want to thank everyone. Yeah.